welcome to Storytime with Mr. Powers. I had to change the studio up a little bit here for this story. This is the second story in my Storytime videos, and this story I needed to be able to kind of move around a little bit. But this story takes place a couple years back with a good friend of mine, Adam Simon, who many of you know. And so Adam Simon, he had a good friend of his and his wife coming in, a young lady in her late 20s, early 30s that was flying into Nashville. And so I wanted to go up and look at a rowing machine. And Adam, he works out. He's, kind of pumped up, and works out a lot. And he does CrossFit, and going to be a CrossFit superstar and own his own gym someday. But anyway, Adam, he has a rowing machine, and rowing machines, you can buy cheap ones all day long, but a really good rowing machine's not cheap, so I wanted him to look at one for me, and I found one like I liked up at a store at the edge of Nashville. So I said, hey, why don't I ride along with you to get your friend, and we'll stop by and look at my rower. And he said, hey, sounded like a great idea. Just keep him company on the way up. So we rode up to Nashville one afternoon after work. And we got there and we looked at the rower, and he gave me his opinion. We talked about it, and I talked to the guy, and I went ahead and made a purchase and ordered that rowing machine. But anyway, so we went and picked up his friend, and we started out of Nashville there. And as we start out of Nashville, it's about 7 or 7:30, and his friend's a vegan. And she says, hey, look, I'd like to get something to eat. And there's not much to eat between Nashville and the exit at Parker's Crossroads except Cracker Barrel. And Cracker Barrel, I don't know about their vegan selection, okay? If you know what a vegan is, anyway, it's like a vegetarian on steroids. But anyway, so I pull up TripAdvisor, and in the first place it pops up under the vegan menu is this place called The Tribe. And so Simon said, hey man, that sounds like a cool place. Let's go there. So it's over by Vanderbilt, and we drive down there, and we find the place. And the storefront looks like a store or a place that's, was something else. It definitely wasn't a restaurant to begin with. It was in an old strip mall. We had some trouble parking. We found a place to park out back where we wouldn't get towed, because, in some of those college areas, like up around Vanderbilt, if you park in the wrong place, they're going to tow you pretty quick. So we go in. So Simon's wearing this nice, tight, Under Armour type spandex t-shirt that his pecs are all pumped up, and he's got his hair, he's wearing his hair then in this little spiked up gorilla snot, he calls it stuff, when I was a kid it was a Brill Cream, a little dabble do ya, and he had a couple dabs on. But anyway, so his friend's a real attractive, I believe she's from Colombia, Hispanic lady, and very fit. And of course, here I am, what you see is what you get. But anyway, so we go in, and the little maitre d' is this little guy, and he's a little short blonde guy, a little shorter than I am. He's got lots of gorilla snot, and he's got this little blonde, spiky hair. Kind of reminded me, if you've seen the movie with Kurt Russell about Escape from New York, he reminds me of one of the characters in it with his spiky hair. But anyway, he was wearing a really tight shirt, a tight pair of, I believe they were white pants or cream colored, tight, kind of high leg. So we go in, and he escorts us up to the bar. Well, when we come in, Adam's here, his friend is like here, and the guy's standing here in my peripheral vision. And so I'm looking, and Adam is kind of searching for words, because we walk into this obviously nice bar. It was not a restaurant. It was a bar, and there was about 10 or 12 guys sitting in the bar wearing these number tags. Like, there was something going on. And that was it. The bar was really pretty, had some glass hanging. And of course, and Adam's kind of trying to struggle for the words to ask. We came for the restaurant. In the meantime, this little guy that's standing right here by me that I'm watching out of the corner of my vision, looking directly at Adam, does this little thing, and he goes, like, oh, man, and it's definitely directed at Adam. And he says he didn't have, but he was talking to the bartender, and I mean, the guy went, and he just, obviously, he had a thing for Adam. I mean, there was no doubt about it. It was what it was, So anyway, so we found out the bartender said, "Oh, you came for the restaurant. It's next door. It joins us." And it was called Susie Wong's House of Yum. It turned out to be a very good restaurant. Excellent vegan choices for her, and some really tasty dishes with meat for me. And I don't remember what Adam got. They had a few craft beers and things like that. Very upscale, what you'd expect in the area around Vanderbilt. So I hope you've enjoyed this story, and so the next time you see Adam in the hall, just go, and he'll know what you're talking about. Have a great weekend.